In this tutorial, we're going to go over the curves adjustment. So here inside of After Effects, I'm going to bring in my background plate. I'm going to hover it over the new composition icon so that it comes in, and then I'm going to bring my foreground plate on top of there. We're going to use the curve adjustments to adjust either the luminance or the chrominance values of our image so that it matches the background. Now, this one's already pretty close, and so the adjustments that we're going to make are going to be very small, but they're going to be small and impactful. So let's go over the curves adjustment. I'm going to select my foreground plate, go up to Effect, come down to Color Correction, and then come down to Curves. And what we're going to see here is this effect. We've got this grid here. This represents the dark values here on the left, the light values here on the right, and it works in a linear scale like this from 0 to 255. And so with this scale, or with this linear line like this, we're just calling everything what it is. Middle gray is middle gray, 75% here, 25% here, etc. So we don't see any adjustments happening to our image at all. It's not until we start to click and drag around with this that we start to bring those values down, bring those values up, and start to actually see the changes in our image. So let me go ahead and reset this. These top three buttons here will allow you just to see different sizes so you can get a little bit more granular in your movements. I'm just going to keep it here. Over here we have the point and click where we can add little nodes everywhere on here. That's what that's representing. We hit reset, and then the pencil will allow us to actually draw in a line like this, which looks kind of bizarre right now. So we'll hit the reset on that. I'll be honest with you, I never use this pencil icon. I'm always using just this one right here. Down here, we can smooth things. We can open and save different presets if you want to save them. Do an auto, see if it will kind of like adjust itself. Never seems to work for me. So we're just going to do this manually. The two areas that I like to focus on first and mostly are going to be the nodes here on the top and the bottom. You can see the little kind of box icons on there. If you take the bottom one here and you drag it to the right, you'll start to see things start to get darker. That's because what we're saying is what used to be 0 here is now 0 over here. So whatever was 25% gray is now 0. We really crushed this down. And the type of information that you have that you're working with, H.264 versus 422 versus RAW, is going to be drastically different with this as well. So you want to use the most data that you can to have that be a little bit smoother. You can also raise this, and you can list it up 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%, making the white values brighter as you go as well, or the black values brighter as you go. Up here, it does the same, but kind of reverse with the white values. So we're going to take 255, we're going to bring that down and say what was 255 is now halfway to that point, so whatever half of 255 is. And then you can make it go the other way and make those even brighter yourself. So a lot of practical reasons to be able to change those that you need to. What makes this the curves is we can take this straight line and we can now bend and move it in a way like this to kind of curve that line. And a lot of color correction artists will do this to add a little bit of contrast. We'll bring down the darker areas in the gamma, up the brighter areas like this to create that kind of a look, and that's where it gets its name. You can also work in the different channels. Oftentimes I find myself in the blue channel if I want to change the white balance. And I'll come up here to the lighter version here, and I'll bring it to the left like this if I need to make my image more blue, if we shot like with a tungsten white balance, or if we shot with a blue light balance and I need to make it a little bit more yellow, I can bring this one down like that. Now, of course, it's looking like a Simpsons right now or like a Smurf, so these adjustments are probably just going to be very small so that you can match the look and feel. If you notice here that just by bringing these values in just little bit by little bit, we're starting to change our image. Let me turn that on and off, and you can start to see that he starts to fit in a little bit more. Well, we started and we were looking at it going, wait, that was already looking pretty decent. Now it looks a little washed out and a little colorless. And so when we bring this color back in, we go, ooh, that looks a lot better. And that's really the power of these subtle changes inside of something like the curves adjustment. So have fun with that, and I'll see you in the next one for levels.